Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl JoJo, and I am here with a review for Married at First Sight. I was about to say Family or Fiance. Hope y'all doing good today. I am on my lunch break, and I'm in a different location, so hopefully there's no security guards or cameras because this is not my work parking lot. This is just a random empty parking lot. I don't see anybody, but you know how it goes. Let me see how much time we have. Ooh, I gotta hurry up. But anyway, we're going to take it couple by couple instead of scene by scene because I feel like it makes for more cohesive of a review if we just do the couples. And my notes are kind of jumbled up. They're kind of scene by scene. So if you see me stop to read, just charge it to the game. I'm going to read it as fast as I can, but I'm just trying to catch everything up and make sure I don't miss too much. So we'll start with the least problematic couple, at least for now, and that would be Jessica and Austin. Jessica and Austin have, the normal jitters about moving in together. They go into their apartment, which is small. For us Southerners, we might see it as small, but for those of you who live in DC or live around the DC area, that is a pretty nice size apartment. But they go in and everybody just pretty much starts preparing for bed. I didn't see no showers taken after this traveling, but it might have got cut out. They might not have taken one. I know everybody traveled different, so we won't bring this back up. But we noticed that Jessica's a little bit neater than Austin, and she kind of talks to him about it. He threw his clothes down instead of folding them up, so she folded them up for him, but she's more of a everything in its place type of person. So yeah. That's something we'll have to keep our eye on with those two. When I saw the placement of their bed, y'all, and I know this don't mean nothing to a lot of y'all, but it made my skin crawl. I got real big on feng shui some months back, well, some years back actually, and I really wanted my room to be balanced. So I started looking up different stuff, and I read this book, and it really did make the difference in my room and how my room flowed. And so now when I see beds like darn near pushed against the wall and there's this narrow space, and then Jessica's like right by the window, Austin is directly facing the door, and in order to get out the bed, Jessica either got to get out this tight narrow passageway, or she got to just like jump her body over Austin's, which is never good in a couple situation. Like neither, I don't know, y'all. I mean, I might be thinking about it too much, but I just don't feel like both of y'all gonna get like the comfortable sleep that you deserve with the bed. I don't know. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. And it's probably set up like that for a reason. So I won't get all into my feng shui, but that bed placement had me bent. Anyway, another thing that may be problematic is the fact that Jessica has a lot of stuff. Like, not even just a lot of clothes and shoes, which, I have a lot of clothes and shoes, but even I have had to learn. But she just got stuff everywhere. It's hats hanging up. It's keychains. It's just stuff dangling everywhere. And I used to be this way a little bit, like back in high school, early college. But the older I got, the more I wanted my spaces free. I don't like a lot of clutter like I used to anymore. If I got a clutter area, it's like one area. It's gonna have to be the closet, and that's it. Everything else I need to be able to see from front to back. But Jessica is trying to pack every shoe in her closet, and all the shoes look the same. That's my problem. Like, there's no variety. That shoe look brown, that shoe look brown, that shoe look brown with a gold strap. They all look like the same shoe. But she got to bring them all with her, all right? And Austin is looking like she has a lot of stuff. Austin, on the other hand, has barely anything. He's very much a minimalist, which is good because Jessica has enough stuff for the both of them. Jessica is acting like a dorm mother. She is all through his stuff, all through his drawers, and everybody did that throughout the episode. And I'm just going to say, y'all real bold, because I do not go through people's stuff. I have had times where I've been at like family member's house or a friend's house, and I'm looking for something like, where the bobby pins, or where's this kind of pie or something like that. Don't be in the bathroom. That's especially where you'll find some stuff you don't want to see. But I've come up on drawers and things I shouldn't be looking at. So ever since then, I do not open up people's drawers. If you don't tell me where it is, I'm just not going to look for it. I'm going to just sit there till you get home. But Jessica was all in his business. Let's see what else happens. Oh, and another thing with those two, Jessica makes a good bit more than Austin. We don't say exactly how much, but significantly more, I'm guessing. And Austin says he's not worried about it because he is motivated and he's gonna make more money. But they seem to be on the same page with children and family and things of that nature. But Jessica is concerned about the money. Um, what do y'all think about that? Like, what are your feelings? What do you feel about the woman making significantly more? Are you for it? Are you against it? Or are you like me where it just depends? To me, it all depends on our situation. First of all, I don't make a lot of money, so I meet men and women who make way more money than me. If you make less money than me, then we probably would need to talk because I really am not that high on the totem pole. But it all depends on if we have children, if we want to have children. Y'all know that's not high on my list of priorities. So if we don't have children, the two of us might can make it work on our salaries. But once you start adding other people into the mix, and I know for me personally, if I do have children, I can't work a traditional job. And I've always been very honest with people about that. Call me a sack chaser, call me whatever you want. But I know that when I get off from my traditional job, I'm exhausted. And I got enough to give one other person. And that's either going to be husband or child. I much prefer, for it to be husband. But if there's a child involved, in order to give energy to the both, I know that myself, okay, JoJo, I know that I can't do it. Now, for all you moms out there that's doing it all, do you. Go, girl. I admire you. I wish I had the energy to do so. But, honey, it ain't enough B vitamins in the world for me to be able to do all three and do them well. Like, something would end up falling by the wayside. And I know that about myself. So, yeah, if kids were involved, then, financial situations would have to be totally different. Not saying I wouldn't work, but the traditional grind, I wouldn't be able to. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Anyway, who y'all want to go to next? Let's go to Katie and Derek. So Katie and Derek are also doing fairly well. They go into their apartment. They like their apartment. They're all smiles. They're getting along pretty good. These two have so many similarities that it's very easy for the two of them to get along. Like everybody else, they're tired from the traveling and they're ready to go to bed. So they do get into bed. They talk about having a king-size bed because Katie says that the dog is going to be in the bed with them. And I'm just like, I know some of y'all sleep with y'all dogs, so I ain't gonna go too far, but child, them dogs in the bed, I'm just not for it, especially if they shed. But y'all know I'm not a dog person. We know that from Ready to Love. Anyway, let's see what else. Scroll. I gotta do some reading, y'all. Sorry, my notes are scene by scene, I told you. Okay, when they go to Katie's house, they do have the opportunity to meet the dog. Katie's pretty neat. Derek does notice it. When they get over to Derek's house, Derek isn't all that messy either, but he has roommates, so it's a little bit of a difference. In addition to that, he also has a lot of stuff on the walls that Katie likes, so she ended up taking it with them. She does open up his drawer, and it's a bunch of $20 bills and a gun. Woo, y'all, I was laughing so hard. He said the gun was fake and that, he more so uses it for scary purposes. It's not a real gun. But I want to know what's up with all the $20 bills and what happened with those $20 bills. Because if I would have found them, I would have been like, well, shoot, obviously you ain't missing them. So, let me get 40, 60, maybe these dollars. Let your wife have a little bit of that for gas money or, something of the sort. I'm sorry, y'all. It's very scrungy of me, huh? Scrubbish, I would say. But anyway, yeah, they're pretty good with moving in together. Later on, when they do talk to Pastor Cal, now in the previews, I thought it was Pastor Cal that brought up Katie's ex, but it was actually Katie that brought up Katie's ex. So Derek says that he might not fall in love, from anywhere to 6 months to a year. They got the physical thing on lock, and I know eventually that'll wear out. So 6 months to a year, I could probably say that, I'm in love, and Katie looks concerned. because Katie's been in love before, and I'm guessing in her mind it shouldn't take that long. Um, y'all can tell me what y'all think about that. I believe everybody's different on how their feelings come along. You can fall in love very quickly. Some people are slow to fall in love. I just think everybody's different. But after a year, you should know pretty much how you feeling about me. But I know a year is a long time to wait for some people to get that kind of emotion from someone. But Katie says she's been in love before, and when she's in love, she'll do anything for that person. And as a matter of fact, before she got married, there was a situation where the person had said that he loved her, and that really put her on edge, and she wasn't sure what she wanted to do or whether she wanted to go through with it. And I was like, oh, Katie. Oh, I mean, I can appreciate you for being open and honest in front of your husband, but I wouldn't have wanted to sit there and hear that. But I appreciate her honesty. I do. I appreciate her honesty. But she was going on about how hard of a decision it was for her. And Derek is just kind of looking like, dang, do I have competition? And Pastor Cal even asked her, like, do you feel like you're over that situation? Do you feel like the situation is resolved? And she was like, yeah. But then when Pastor Cal asked her additional questions, we find out she's actually not completely resolved over that situation. So very concerning to be entering into a new marriage and there's an old flame that you might still be thinking about. So I don't know, y'all, what y'all think about Katie and Derek. I don't know what to say on that one. Then we move on to Mike and Mika. Mike and Mika are doing better. It's still not 100% great, but it's better, right? So the two of them are talking, and for some reason, y'all, I don't know why Mike does this. It's like his nervous energy. But whenever he talks, sometimes he's like, I'll be like, what is going on with his facial expressions? So when they get to the house, immediately it's going to be a problem because Michael puts one of the throw pillows on the floor, and Mika's just like, what's wrong with you? You don't be putting these black women, y'all know, well, women in general, y'all know how we are about our decorative pillows. We do not play that. Don't you put my pillows on the floor. Don't you wipe your hands with my decorative towels. What is wrong with you? So she pick up the pillows just like, So they get to talking, and Michael is like, I don't like all these pillows and stuff around, and most men don't. They don't really like all the extra frou-frou stuff that we like. But I could tell that Mika is definitely a frou-frou type of person, and we could tell once we get to her apartment as well. But Mike is talking about all the stuff he need in the kitchen because he gonna be cooking it up, and she was like, you cook breakfast. What kind of stuff you need? Mika don't be trying to play him now. He needs salt, he need pepper, he need butter. Okay, what else y'all need? Milk. Okay, might get some pancakes and stuff going. But they're kind of just going back and forth about the house and the things that they want and how they're gonna bond together. Mika thinks it's gonna be really important that they spend time together, and Michael agrees with her. I'm sorry, y'all. He probably nervous at times. I don't know, maybe. Anyway, when they get to Mika's house, there's a bunch of throw pillows and all this other stuff around because I told y'all she gives me that kind of vibe. But I did notice she had a full case of Coronas in the refrigerator. I was just like, now, Mika, girl. Coming home from a hard day working, turning one back. Hey, I ain't mad at you, girl. I'm not mad, but I wasn't expecting to see a case of Coronas. I said, you couldn't get an 8-pack? You ain't keeping it cute, huh? She must go to Sam's Club to get her Costco. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, going through my notes. Okay, so he's all through her place too, looking at what she got going on. She's very neat, which we expected of Mika. She just like, can I help you? What are you looking for? Let me give you a tour since you all in my business. I don't know why they both make me laugh, but they do. So then we get to Mike's house, and it's not that his house is junky. It's very bachelor pad, okay? Very bachelor. That he said his comforter was on the end of the bed. It looked like a quilt. It looked like a quilt. And Austin's apartment was the same. He didn't have like a second sheet. He just had a comforter. And Jessica's like, where's your sheet? Like, you just sleep with a comforter? Yes, a lot of them just sleep with a comforter. I think it's weird too. Then she got the nerve to say, well, how often do you wash your comforter? I said, how often do you wash? Because y'all the ones jumping up in the bed. Y'all need to wash your comforter weekly. Fooling around like that. But anyway, the bedding is different from the women's bedding, which is funny. He got a whole bunch of stuff up under the bed. I'm just like, what is that? And then he doesn't really have like dressers and drawers. He has a dresser, but then he got like a lot of those clear plastic containers. Very, very bachelorish. And then there's stuff all over the counters. He got his pan with the spatula already in there. She was like, why is the spatula here? He's like, so I could be ready. Oh, these two is gonna be funny to me. She was like, you have all this cabinet space. Like, why don't you use the cabinets? I don't know. I just like my stuff out here, available. Okay, I want to make a pot of spaghetti. I got the pot. I want to flip some pancakes. I got the pan ready. I want a toast. I got my toaster already ready, plugged in, ready to go. I got my blender ready. I got all my appliances out on the. Oh, child. Okay. So we can tell they're going to have to really work hard to blend their living styles together. When they talk to Pastor Cal, they talk about children. They've talked about it before, but Michael might want to have 3 children and adopt their last one. Mika wants to have 2 or 3 children. They talk about finances. Now he makes more money than her, which she's happy about because she's used to being the breadwinner in her relationships, and she just really did not want to continue taking on that role. For 25 years old, she makes pretty good money, so she's been the breadwinner in a lot of situations, and I have a feeling that Mika probably announces that she is the breadwinner in these situations. Like, I gotta make more money than you anyway. I could just see her being like, well, I mean, I don't need your money because I make more money, so. But, yeah, now Mike, he makes significantly more money than her, so they're going to be good on that tip. When he talks about wanting to adopt a child, he kind of relates it to his own situation and how when he was younger, that motherly love, that motherly instinct, he didn't always necessarily get. So even with like intimacy, it plays its part. And Mika is just kind of like, did y'all see how fast her head switched around? And I said, oh snap, we finna take it somewhere else. So she asked for an example. And he says that, when he was little, being adopted at such a young age and given to my aunt, I think he was 3 or 9 months old when his mom passed, but having that level of intimacy and not really having that motherly love, I like the closeness. I like to feel close to someone. So not just with sex, but just like that intimacy, that closeness. Mika, I guess, is calling BS on the whole thing. She says that she's not ever really sure if she can trust Michael because he did say that to her. So y'all, we back again. We back again at this whole sex comment. Michael says it was the conversation about the expectation. Mika says no, he outright said it. Pastor Cal wants him to come clean if he did say it. Michael says he didn't say it. Mika says he did say it, and this is why she can't trust him. I'm so mad that we're back here again because I really want that part to be over. Like Pastor Cal told us, let's just try to focus on the positives. And I know that's easier said than done when you feel like somebody is outright lying to you. But, I mean, he's not going to cop to it. Or either y'all just don't have a clear understanding of what the other person said. I don't know. But I just was so mad that this was coming up yet again. Michael begins to cry because he feels like he's failing at being a husband. And it's funny because Mika is like, talk about role reversal. I mean, Michael's the one crying and Mika is just looking at him like, don't cry. We just having problems, okay? Don't cry. She does give him a hug, though, so I appreciated that much. But I just don't want them to keep bringing up this sex topic. It's obviously obvious at this point he's not pressuring you for it anymore. So if you say that you don't really trust him and that what he says doesn't always align to what he says in other instances, you're going to have to provide us, the viewers, with a little bit more proof That way we can kind of line it up, and see that he might be doing something totally off the wall different. But that, I was hoping that she would say something different besides the sex comment, but that came up again. So I'm just like, Mika, I get it. You don't want to be lied to or feel like you've been lied to. You want people to cop to what they did. But I also believe there's a such thing as beating the dead horse, and I think we're getting there. So just let it go. He ain't pressuring you for it again. So yeah, the brother slept in a robe. Ooh, child, I know he was sweating. Okay. So anyway, they had their little moment. We'll have to see how it goes next week. Zach and Mindy, I'm out, y'all. I'm out. Like, I know that you guys say that Zach is explaining himself as best he can. He's not trying to make her feel bad, and I get all that. But I'm just letting y'all know that I'm done. I'm out. I can't keep watching Mindy be embarrassed. I wanted to fast forward through the scenes. Zach never outright answers a question. He talks and talks and talks. When Pastor Cal was pretty much asking him, why don't you live with Mindy? They didn't even move in together because Zach is a man going his own way with a double M. He's a married man going his own way. Okay, a double M on the MGTOW. He's going to his house, she's going to her house, and the shared apartment, and he's going to his house. He's waking up in the morning with the dogs in the bed again. Dogs all in the kitchen, sniffing all in the eggs. Ugh. But he says that he doesn't feel like they really need to be together at this time. He feels like he wants to miss her, and the absence can make the heart grow fonder. You can miss me with the BS. That would be all fine and well if we were just in a dating situation, or we had been up in each other's face to the point where we was really like, we worked together, we lived together, we went on vacation together, and we just got married. It's not like I've been up on you like that. So miss me with that. We're not going to have this long distance marriage that you want to have. Either you with it or you not with it. And so Pastor Cal asked him, if you just not with it, then say that. Well, I believe that attraction is one of those things that really can evolve. Here you go with the evolution again. Really can evolve. And right now I know that I'm not really there, but I really feel like I could probably get there, with time and with doing my routines and with doing these different things. The same stuff he's been telling us. I just think he should go. Even if he was recruited or what have you, whatever the situation is, if you're not feeling it at this point, I think he just needs to go ahead and get on through. He sounds like he's been reading a lot of psychological books and watching YouTube, and he's trying to put all those words together to make it sound good, but he's not fooling us, and he's not fooling Pastor Cal. Pastor Cal was looking at him like this. Like, what? Zay, what are you talking about? And, Mindy was just sitting there. She looked crazy to me. Like, she looked uncomfortable. He was trying to say he understood how they got matched, but he's still not really sure if he wants to live with her, and he feels like it's not really going to work. Pastor Cal even says we got 2 bedrooms. So now he's out of excuses, okay? It's not roommates at first sight. It's married at first sight. So I just think Zach is not into it. What else was I going to say? I guess he's going to move in next week. I don't know if we ever came to any resolve. Mindy's friend was completely over it. Mindy's friend was me. Okay. Every time she rolled her eyes, I felt her deep in my spirit. Then lastly, Brandon and Taylor. I think I said lastly for Mindy and Zach, but Brandon and Taylor. Brandon showed up to the counseling session like a man who abuses his wife, and then show up with flowers the next day at her job while her eye is blacked. That's how he showed up to the counseling session. And Taylor was just looking like, because Taylor moved into the apartment by herself. Brandon did not call her, did not answer any of her messages. Y'all know he showed out. Then when he gets in the counseling session, Taylor is not feeling it, because I feel like you walked away. You run away a lot. And I don't want to be married to somebody who does that. Brandon does apologize, and Pastor Cal has to get him to understand, listen, it's not about Team Brandon. Because that's why he said he showed out, because I felt like Taylor didn't have my back. And if you're not Team Brandon, Ain't no team Brandon. It's team Reed. It's team us now. And that's what a whole bunch of us need to understand about marriage. There is no team me. There is no team I. There is no team you. It's team us. And if more people got that through their heads before they got married, I don't think we'd have as many divorces as we did. Everybody's trying to look out for their own best interests, and it's on both sides. It's on both sides. It should be about the collective caretaking of the two of us. Anyway, sorry y'all. But Pastor Cal is trying to get that through his head. Brandon does want another chance. He realizes the error of his ways. Taylor, you a good one, because I would be scared of Brandon personally. You do not get to talk to me like that. You do not get to disrespect me on national television in front of all these people at that. You came onto the show and then you wanted to turn up and show out. Turn up and show out with production, but don't get jazzy with me for trying to tell you that you're showing out and you're embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing Team Us. But I hope it all works out for the best. You know, everybody deserves a second chance. That's fine if that's what you want to do. And they're going to get back to getting to know each other and being married. So we'll see how that goes. Brandon also had roommates. And for those of you who thought it was weird that a lot of the older people had roommates, it's not weird. It's DC. Like, housing is very expensive out there. And me personally, I don't mind having no roommate. Long as you stay to yourself, I stay to myself. We got enough space. Honey, I will be living single. I will be in the brownstone with two other people and not care to keep the cost of living low. But y'all let me know what y'all thought about it. This review is already long, so like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see y'all for the next one. All right, bye.